Hello my loves, welcome back to Body Life YouTube channel. My name is Alexandria. I'm the creator of Body Life Apothecary, and I'm a professional astrologer, tarot, and intuitive reader. Thank you guys so much for those of you guys who tune in to me every time I post. I see you guys down in the comments. It means more to me than you know that these readings resonate with you so regularly. And that they serve, that they serve. Okay, we're gonna dive right in because clearly Spirit is ready to talk. Angels and guides from the highest lights of the universe, I thank you so much for your energy right now. I thank you so much for your presence. What beautiful cards that are coming out. I ask that you speak directly to the viewer, into their situation, into their heart. Give them guidance, give them clarity, protect them as they receive these messages. Good or bad, help them turn anything that's not working out for them. Help them to turn it around for their betterment. And anything that is working for them, let it continue to work for them, let it continue to grow. Protect them and guide their steps moving forward. I ask that you give me the clarity as I use my gift, as I listen to you, as I hear you. Okay, first things first, there's been a lot of feelings of angst coming through lately. Part of this has a lot to do with the unknown, the uncertainty of the future. I'm getting a really strong sense that if you're not someone who typically deals with anxiety or has anxious thoughts, that this is a direct reflection of you kind of absorbing collective consciousness, like the energies as a whole. We are definitely going through an age of transition currently in our society. So if you are someone who is sensitive or empathetic in any way, shape, or form, you would have to kind of up your ability. Nova's trying to push through the door again. If you guys hear any doors creaking in the background. Come on, Nova. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Bring it. You would have to kind of up your prayer or petitioning or magic, things that protect you from absorbing outside influence, because it's very, very easy to do that now. We're very, very susceptible to taking on other people's energies, even if you're having a conversation with someone and it's normally a polite or pleasant conversation, but you can sense that something isn't sitting right within their spirit. That feeling itself might stick onto you and linger around you. So Spirit wants to talk to you about making sure that you are cleansing your energy, or that you're wearing things that kind of help to protect you from absorbing too much. For example, crystals like obsidian, bloodstone is something that's coming through for many of you guys. Carnelian is something that's coming through. It's like root chakra things, because it's interesting that root chakra is coming through because a lot of people's very own fears with their survival in the future are kind of something that's been showing up a lot lately. And we talked about that during Astro Chat Live at the beginning of this week. So that's the first message that Spirit wants to talk to you about in this reading. I'm also seeing, you can't see it within the cards, but Spirit is showing it to me through my third eye. The energy of unity. Spirit Spirit wants to let someone know here that they are not, the intention is not to make you feel alone or isolated. There's something going on globally, like as a whole, where the energies are very off kilter, and the intention is not to isolate you and pull you away from people. The intention is to make sure that you are not susceptible to following the voices of other people, that you do want to you do want to be led by a higher power right now, and a higher power that actually has your best interest at heart. Some of you guys might be really in a process right now of self-discovery. And a lot of that looks like what you believe in. As I said that, the candle jumped. So there's going to be some interesting revelations and truths revealed to you from your spirit, from your own higher wisdom, that let you know what is real for you and who is your guides. A lot of you guys have been exploring a lot of your guides. It almost feels very like a dragonfly that doesn't totally sit on any lily pad for too long. It kind of doop, 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 doop. It bounces from here to there. And Spirit is working right now to lead you to the place that you belong spiritually. Part of you guys have been experiencing a break when it comes to relationships or connections or friendships. That's something that's going to be quickly resolved. But also try to be patient. And I'm hearing flat-footed. Spirit is talking about being flat-footed, which means that you try to do your best to kind of ground yourself when you walk. There's something very specific about when you walk. Make sure that your whole feet is touching the ground, because that's going to help you to ground and center yourself as you're literally walking the earth. The earth has something that it wants to give to you that's going to ground you and stabilize, and there's a disconnection there. For some of you guys, you're starting a solar return. Spirit is saying that they're giving you additional blessings for the next 365 days for your life. There's a very specific message about your solar return. Others of you guys, if you haven't started a solar return roughly like recently, I would definitely look into it. Or if you're going to start a solar return very, very shortly, like March, April, like genuinely, there's something about the energy of the solar return. And looking into what you should be focusing on, where your energies need to be focused on, because it'll help you to not feel like you're wasting time, or that you're not entirely sure how to spend this year. Spirit doesn't necessarily want you to be so open to, I don't want to say life, but to be so open with circumstances that there is a specific goal that needs to be defined or discovered by you, and that needs to be your core focus, or you might discover that goal too late within your solar return, that you'll not lose time, but you could maximize your time if you know exactly what it is that you're supposed to be focusing on. For those of you guys that don't know, the solar return is technically it's your birthday. It's the position of the sun when it moves right back to the original place that it was the moment that you were born, and that maps out your next 365 days. So look to see where your sun was in your solar return chart, what house it was, and then do research on what that house rules, because that's going to be the energy that Spirit literally wants you to focus on. Specifically, I'm sorry, I don't mean to say literally, specifically wants you to focus on. Spirit wants to talk about relationships, divine connections, and union. There's a big emphasis on the word union. Some of you guys, now the energy is really shifting here. Oh man, as soon as I said that, I felt a very specific message about someone feeling let down by past relationships or love in general. There are certain things that you're having a difficult time breaking free from. It just seems to have a hold on you in some way, shape, or form. Spirit wants to talk to you about giving yourself time to let go of that, like fully let go of it. It's almost as if, even if you're not thinking about the disappointment of past love or just love in general, it kind of has a way of showing up in a lot of your decision making, whether you realize it or not. It's like, it might even stop you from taking certain risks because you fear feeling unsafe, because in the past you experienced a tremendous trauma when it comes to abandonment. And Spirit is saying to give you extra time when it comes to getting over this, because this is not something so easy that you can just shake off. It seems like it's impacting not just your love relationships, but also your career, how you feel about yourself, your ability to take care of your home. Like every area of your life gets impacted because and also I'm getting this message that if you're feeling a sense of disappointment, then it can stop you or a sense of failure, it can stop you from even having the energy to complete certain tasks, because this one thing you're still kind of healing from. I'm also hearing like people in the hospital, right? When they go to the hospital to repair damage that's been done on their physical body, or if there's an imbalance in their physical body, people don't rush them out of the hospital bed and they're just like, okay, now you got to go back to work. There's certain things that they can do, or there's time that needs to happen. I don't know why I said there's certain things that they can do. Oh, there's like certain routines and rituals that they would do in order to re-strengthen that. Maybe they're rebuild their body, or a new practice because there was a health related scare, and now you have to kind of do things differently as far as how you take care of your physical body. Spirit is mirroring the two of those and says the same thing happens when you have some type of heartache or disappointment, or when you leap into the unknown, and when you leap, you're met with failure, or something advances on you and catches you off guard and stuns you, and the stun itself stops you from being able to pull yourself up in a position of strength and fortitude like you did when you first originally launched yourself out. So Spirit is saying, like, the same amount of time that it would take for someone to physically heal themselves, we want to take that same consideration when it comes to emotionally picking up the pieces. And it's not something that you can put your finger on and be like, right here is where it hurts, so can I have a medication for this? Or right here is where it hurts, can you cut it out? There's a lot more that clearly goes into that, so give yourself a whole lot more grace when it comes to moving forward. Some of you guys are actively resisting rest, or actively resisting the healing time, and Spirit wants you to actually include and incorporate more time within your schedule every day for you to labor, specifically is the word that Spirit is using, for you to labor through your emotional needs right now. They don't want you to skip past it as if it doesn't exist, because it's very prevalent. It's very much here. As I'm looking at the cards right now, I'm definitely seeing the signs of it. We have Four of Swords reversed, Queen of Cups reversed, Queen of Pentacles is reversed in the center of the reading, the Death card reversed, Judgment reversed, Star card upright, Sun card upright, and the Five of Wands reversed. This is the need for additional healing, the need for additional time for restorative activities, extra time for journaling, to get out what your triggers are and just really talk about them, get them out, speak about them, pour them out, because that is a part of the I don't know why I heard like reparations, like something that is due to you because of the destruction that you have already lived through that has so far incapacitated you. Does that make sense? You really want to make more time for this. So those are the original messages that are coming through right now. Spirit is like, there's more that they want to talk about, but that was the first thing that they wanted to get into. So, oh man, let me know down in the comments how this speaks to you. Spirit wants to tell someone specifically, like, you're really doing a really good job. You may not see it, but you're genuinely doing a good job, and your heart and your intention is pure, and that extends further than what a lot of people can say. Spirit sees you for who you are and why you're doing what you do, so they see your intention. They also see your focus and your there's a word that they use, like your ability to zero in on something and not let go of it, you know, for good or for bad. Yeah, okay, so we clearly need to talk about relationships here. Yep, Tower card. Interesting. Spirit says, you know, they're saying, They want to highlight a time when things were working out, when things were like flowing and working out. And we were working together is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing someone's voice actually say, let's go back to that. Someone is waiting for, it's interesting too, because I see it here with the Knight of Cups, but I'm also seeing it in my third eye. Someone's waiting for like a message or information or permission to come back, or re-entry, or permission from a relationship. I don't know what this looks like. Everyone, it might be different. This could be, if you're in a relationship for like it's been a minute, what they're asking for is very non-traditional. What they're asking from you, or what you're asking from them, is very non-traditional, and they're waiting. They're like, when they ask you, they're like holding their breath, because they know that they're asking for too much. There's a potential that there is a connection to a third party type of energy here. It's interesting because I got like a vision of like meat, like actual meat, ribs. This person could be like, I don't know why their spirit is wanting to show like barbecue, or like heavy meat, like meat that gets slow cooked and it's like thick. It's very, I don't know why spirit is showing me very thick meat, like thick cut meat. So that might be a specific message for someone. I'm also seeing a glass of milk. So there's something about dietary, whoever this person is dealing with, it's dietary. It's something about their diet. I don't know why they're bringing, where this is a relationship reading, but they're talking about this person or your diet and being careful. Or they're just acknowledging, I don't want to say that be careful of, but they're acknowledging the diet. Or it's like, if it's like meat, it's kind of like bloody. I'm sorry if this is offending anybody, but that's what's coming through right now. It's very, I'm almost getting a sense that there might be some level of like resentment or something. I think it might represent you giving the best of yourself, like the best, like your energy, your effort. It's almost kind of giving me the vibe of like someone who cooks, and then this person then asks for more, or asks for something, and that's why they feel it's like what you do for them or what they do for you, and then the question that is lingering, and then they just kind of hold their breath waiting to see what your answer is, knowing fully well that they might be asking too much from you. Yeah, there's losing whoever this is, if this is you, you're losing attraction, and you're losing fire, and you're losing passion to pursue this relationship, or to even have hope for this relationship. It feels like it's burning you out faster than it's lifting you up. On top of that, as soon as I said that, I heard that there's a lot of other things that you're dealing with that require your time and effort and attention. It just feels like Spirit, it really has you questioning. Like, the guides are showing me that it has you questioning how much further you want to take this when you have other things that you could be dealing with. But there's a part of you that is like, I'm invested, or I really want this to work, and I wish that things were different, so I'm going to see how things pan out and hope that they change. Yeah, some of you guys, it might actually be to like a connection to the family, or a break from the family, or also for some of you guys, there might, temperance. You want it to work out because they're for the sake of money or abundance. This person might have money. They might come from wealth, or they might be moving towards wealth, and you can see the potential there. Or maybe you have invested money with this person, and now you're just like, if we break away from this, then it's draining my energy. It's like you're weighing it out. Like you're weighing the pros and cons of if I go on my own, or there's something here that extends beyond love. And it could be what this person is capable of, or the potential, or what has already been invested in this connection, that it's like, I can't just, either I can't or I'm not willing to just walk away from it. I'm hearing for some of you guys, you say it's not that easy, Jess. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. You really, the first thing that comes to my mind is I want what's owed to me. Like if it almost feels like separating from this connection could cost you something, or you'll have to start over, or you just don't want to go back out again. For those of you guys that are in actual happy relationships, I'm sure I would be surprised if you're still in this reading because you probably would have clicked out. But for those of you guys that are in happy relationships right now, you are, as a whole, you guys might be having a difficult time finding the right, like different paths for the future, like different visions for the future. And someone is saying what they want for the future, and what you want for the future might be different. And you guys have to walk the, I'm hearing walk the middle path. Something might be sacrificed by you going with your partner and what their needs are, but it's worth it in the end. And that's what you're saying to yourself. And Spirit is actually nodding. Like I'm seeing one of the guys actually nodding their head and just like, yeah, no, it would be worth it. And I actually see that it's going to come back to you in some way, in a good way, in a good way. I'm also seeing that for some of you guys, your relationship might be, if you're in a happy relationship or if you're just in a relationship, right? Because what is a happy relationship? There's ups and downs and everything. But some of you guys might be considering moving closer to the family, or the family coming closer. Whose family do we go towards? How are we spending our time moving forward? Interesting. I'm seeing like you're working extra hard in order to I don't know why I'm hearing walk the middle path. So find something that works for best for both of you guys. And Spirit really is actually helping along. Yep. Choice with the Lover's card, choice, and also this for the sake of love. I want to acknowledge the fact that this is not an easy choice or decision. So shout out to you. There's a sense of acknowledgement here. Anything else? Spirit wants to say there's no right or wrong answers. Yeah, there's no right or wrong answers. And at the end of the day, you're going to be okay. A lot of us need to hear this. Like I myself too. Like, oh, thank God that I've come to the point in my life. Yeah, dude, see, Eight of Swords right here, and the Empress card, and the Three of Swords, and the Death card, and the Star card, and the Six of Cups. There's, myself included, I started manifesting not just things around me, like abundance or anything like that, but I started manifesting the message of it's okay when it's okay, and it's not okay when it's not okay. And that has given me a lot of peace. It really has given me a lot of peace. And I'm going to share that manifestation with you guys. Because when a person's cup is being full, they're able to share that abundance with others. I started realizing in my journey here as a human being on earth that regardless of me knowing my personal power, and regardless of me knowing my worth and what I can do and what I'm capable of and all that I've already done and all that potential for me to do, I still as a human being needed to hear and know and believe and trust that I was going to be okay, that everything was going to be okay. And I needed to hear it pretty regularly from different sources. So instead of me manifesting more opportunities or whatever the case was, like happiness or love or whatever the case was, it was this feeling within me, this affirming message that it was going to be okay. So when I realized that about myself through my path as a human being, that's what I then started manifesting, was these feelings of affirmation. Now that my cup is full and it comes in all, this message comes to me in all these different ways, in all these different forms, and I believe it, I accept it, I receive it, and it's powerful and it pours into me, I'm now going to share this with you guys right now. You are going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Everything is going to work out. You are actually going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Everything, I know it's a cliche, but sometimes, a lot of times, things work out in the end. Not for everybody, not always for everybody, but for you, they will. I don't even see it getting to the point where your back is completely against the wall. I see it as there's something that is being worked out here that even if you feel like your back is to the wall right now, it actually isn't. You're going to be able to see it and understand it, and it's going to serve a tremendous value in the future, that you're going to be so grateful that it happened the way that it did. I believe that within my spirit. I also want to share with you that the divine has its eye on you and your entire situation. And prayers about the situation have been heard already and are being answered already. In fact, the very place that you're in right now is a direct answer to the things that you've been praying for already. And that because of that, now moving forward, everything is going to be okay. You're actually very innocent in the eyes of the divine. You have Six of Cups here and the Page of Cups. Yeah, meanwhile, we have the devil here trying to like showcase itself. So you're actually very innocent in the eyes of the divine and being held accordingly. Also, Spirit wants to say that if you're burdened with the weight of making choices, there is no right or wrong choice or decision in this matter. Some of you guys are saying like, I'm going to follow my heart, and that is great. But even if you decided to follow your logic, that also will be great. There's no right or wrong answer here. And that Spirit wants to reassure you and reaffirm to you right now that whatever choice and decision that you make in the near future, it's going to kind of bring you back to not a starting point, but you're going to be able to pick up what would have been the blessing if you went the other path too. So something is going to meet you in the future, and it's going to come back to you regardless of what decision you make. And they want you to have hope in that, and I want you to have hope in that. If you can, reaffirm this to yourself as often as you need. You can record my voice, or you can write it down, what I'm saying, or any additional things that I'm saying, or that you feel Spirit saying, and just play it as needed. All right, my loves, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Once again, for allowing me to shuffle and read your energy and pull and give, blessings and good vibes here. And it's always so good for me. If you want, you can find me at bahatilife.com, working my magic per usual. I've got a lot going on over there in a good way. So good, so good. Until then, you guys, I want to invite you to subscribe to the YouTube channel because there's plenty more videos where this came from. And of course, I will see you in my next one. Bye.